Yeah. Hope my screen is visible, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, very good afternoon to all. And today we will see hands-on session 3, that is 3D printing of metal implants, which we will work on the metal 3D printer. Am I audible, right?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, in 3D printing of metal implants, yesterday we have seen the polymer 3D printing, that is how to import the model and how to print the part and some of the components which we have printed before, same as like before, same as like yesterday. Today also we'll see the metal implants. Few components we have that we have printed and the metal 3D printed demo. But before that we will see the pre-processing one. That is software we will see. These are the contents which we are moving to the to in today's session. First is the introduction about the lab and all those things, machine and all those things, and the software 3D in this. Like yesterday for polymer 3D printer, we are using Cura, and for metal 3D printer, that is DMP Flex 100, we are using 3D Expert software. And for pre-processing for that is pre-processing indicate the pre-processing for the powder actually. For that, we need to do the sieving and woven. We need to put that powder in the oven and heat that one, and later we can load the material into the machine. And processing indicates the DMP processing in the DMP flex center. Like after loading the powder, we need to before going to the actual process, that is layer by layer process, we need to do some pre-processing like anything and some basic steps we need to calibrate the plate and all those things we need to do. Later we can, that post processing indicates that after printing the part, we need to do some post processing. Means straight away you can't directly use the part. That is that we need to go for the post processing. That is vacuum cleaning. Vacuum cleaning indicates that removing the powder from the part. Majority of the powder. And sandblasting will improve the surface roughness of the part. And furnace heating, after sandblasting completed, you can go with the furnace heating. Like furnace heating, will use it to relieve the residual stresses, as well as to improve the porosity also compared to has-been part. And bandsaw, either bandsaw or wire cut, you can go with anything. Here we can go with the bandsaw also. Yeah. So we can go straight away, we can go with the 3D Expert software. Later we can proceed to the machine. Yeah, this is a 3D Expert software which we are using for the DMP Flex 100, like a software. And one more thing, this is not an open source software. That's why we made it as a demo. This we got it from the machine along with the machine. Yeah, and you can see here some of the steps is there, and some of the images are there, which is not only the images. These are the basic steps actually. Here you can see like we are converting the part, this indicates that importing the part, and these some cooling channels are there, like yeah, some part is there, and in that internally cooling channels are there. And we are importing the part. First step is importing the part, like in Cura also we have seen. And why I'm saying again and again, Cura means it is like a comparison purpose only. In Cura, what we did means, first of all we convert the STL file and importing the part and generating, doing the DFAM, that is proper orientation and generating the supports, all those things like that, right? Same as here also. But here you no need to convert the STL. Why? Because most of the metal 3D printer softwares will accept the CAD formats also, like SLD, PRT, .PRT, CATIA format. These things will accept. So you no need to convert into STL or .obj or .3ml. You can directly import the CAD format. That I will show you. Yeah, that is the first step, importing the part. And second step is the orientation. You can see here, this is the while importing the part, this is the orientation. And after importing the part, after import, this is the default orientation. This is the manual orientation which we did, which means that is the best orientation they might have felt that. And like that, you need to orient the part. Later, after orientation is completed, you need to, this is a cut section. Cut section means internally whether there is any thin walls are there, you need to check it. And this is the fourth step indicates the generating the supports. This is the support generation. After the support generation completed, you need to go for the analysis. Analysis indicates that it is not like a structural analysis or thermal analysis. Yeah, of course there may be thermal analysis. Thermal analysis indicates that like we can do the R residual stresses. It depends on the material also that this, but it indicates the contour regions. You need to look on the instead of magnitude. Our main focus is on the contour regions. Means okay, if I go with this orientation, what will happen? Like whether my because why we are doing the analysis in Cura, we didn't do any analysis because there is no thermal interaction is there. But here thermal interaction is there with the laser. So laser and powder, so heating and cooling will occur. Because of that only that contraction will occur. So if heating and cooling occurs, then our part may wrapping will occur and our residual stresses will form. These things will form, right? So that is why we need to go with the analysis before printing the part. Before doing the further analysis. So after completing this analysis, this is how your part will look like. This is the support generation, and this is like a copy array. The same part I need to, this is a build plate. The same part I need to go with I need to do the array. Why I'm saying these things means I need to do all the steps here. That's why I'm saying once again here before going there. After completing this build, so there is no scope of adding one more same similar part here. So I can fix it as a three parts I need to print in this build plate, in this build volume. This is a 2D, and after completing this one, we need to go with the hatching. Like in Cura, we have seen the infill density means pre-processing, like layer parameter, layer settings, and all those things are there, right? Those things we need to do here. This is called a hatching. So after completing this one, this is a simulation. How your laser will move like that, it will show. Same as like in Cura, we have seen the at a particular layer we are seeing, right? Same as that. So without any delay, we can go with the now steps you can go. So here you can see here you can see two tabs are there. One is like a new part will file in MM. This is like a designing phase. Suppose if you don't have a part, you need to design it in the here itself only. Suppose if you have a part, you can go straight away like this. So we have a part, we can go straight away like this. New 3D printing project. New inch 3D printing project. As we are in the Indians, some people might have convenient to the but UK people are convenient to the inches, so they can use that part. So I will use this UMM 3D printing project. UMM 3D operator project indicates that once we complete all these steps, so we can go with the UMM 3D printing project. Since we didn't complete any steps, so I will go with UMM 3D printing project. And this is the UI. You can see some text is there. DMP Flex 100 and 3D Expert. 3D Expert indicates the software name, and DMP Flex 100 indicates the machine name. And this is the main important thing, roller. And in DMP Flex 100, we are using the roller. Two type of mechanisms are there. One is like roller, and the other is like a knife edge mechanism, like a sharp corner is there. And this is a gas flow. Gas flow indicates on the other side, that is the gas flow will move from this side. And DMP Flex 100, this we can see this is the machine name, right? So we can see, suppose if I rotate here, see this is the built volume. The built volume will be 100 by 100 by, and this is the 80 mm. Okay. So you can see printed volume is there, right? Suppose if I add this one, so if I add the build plate, that blue color contour regions will disappear. This one. So now this is our complete area. So if I put a build plate here, this is a build plate, and this is a printable volume. So DMP Flex 100 is having that one. So we will see first I will see edit printer. You can see edit printer is there. So edit printer is there. The first step you need to do the edit printer. Later we can add the 3D. These are some of the steps actually, which indicate the step-by-step procedure only. That is how they are arranged actually. So we can click on the edit printer. So I will click on the edit printer. You can also add edit printer and material parameters also. I will click on the edit printer, and you can see here DMP and 3D Expert, which indicates that 3D system software. It is actually not only for the DMP Flex 100. Not only for the DMP Flex 100, these are the machines 3D systems is having. So for all these systems, 3D Expert will support. So it depends on your system. Right now we are using DMP flex center, so we are using that one, this one. And these are the bill plate is what bill plate DMP flex center. We'll fix that one. And yeah, Ashish Daniel, can you unmute your mic? 47. Yeah, thank you. And these are the some of the materials which 3D systems will support. Like here it will support the aluminum alloy and steel and titanium alloy. These are the three materials which will support. These are the alloys it will support. So suppose if I click on the laser form SPB, this is called a 316L indicate 74 pH indicate 74 pH scale and 316L steel. Suppose this is the empty SV1 indicate the aluminum alloy. Suppose if I click this one, and the power angle you can set here or you can set it there also. There means the supported angle. But generally, if you set it here, that red regions, all those things you can see clearly. So I will set it for metal 3D printer. I will set it to 40, either 45 or 30. Again, it depends on the material also. So I will set it to 45. Same as like Cura. So this is the your 3D your built volume. So after completing this one, you need to add the part. So I will add the part. So 2 sessions I will complete this in. Yeah, I will complete this in two part. First I will add the simple part and same as like yesterday, simple part, and I will explore all the parameters. Later I will go with that mandible like yesterday we did, right? Later I will go with that mandible. So I will see, you can see here. This is not STL file. This is the PRT file, which is the Creo file. See, it is asking keep orientation, original orientation or original orientation position and okay, I will keep it this one, default one. Okay. So that it will set into the default position, that is 0, 0, 0 position. So you can change your angle here like this, or otherwise you can set a control and move it. And always remember that these should be like this while importing the part. Roller should be here and DMP flex center this should be here. So once we import the part, again what we need to do, if you feel this part is the smaller one, I can do the scaling. After importing the part, you need to set the position. This is the default position, right? I don't want this position. So you can set the position, x-axis rotation, this thing. Same as like yesterday only. I can drag my part by selecting this one and drag it anywhere on the screen. Or I can set it, see these coordinate axis is changing, right? Only the translation we are doing. Suppose if I am doing like this, see z axis is changing. Suppose this is the one, z axis is changing, right? Suppose if I x axis is changing. If I go with this one, y axis, yeah, y axis is changing, right? So this is how you can set it. So if I feel this is the correct orientation, supports will come. So I will set it to 0, 0 default position. So I will set it to auto placement, auto orientation. It will come like this. Anyway, these things I will set it, I will tell you later. While importing the complex part, I will tell you what is the meaning of this one. Yeah. 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 Okay. So I will set it with the default position. If you are okay with that position, you can click that OK. So now the second step is the position of the after completing the add 3D printing component. That set the position. You can go into the component if you wish to go. That's scaling. So I will select this part as we have only one part, so this is automatically selected. Same as like non-uniform, uniform. So I will go with uniform. Scaling rate it is asking show as factor or scaling percentage also it is there. See, like this is the 10 mm tube. So percentage, if I go with the 100% means the 10 mm will become 20% like that. Yeah. So I will go with the show as factor. So scaling rate I will set it to 2. See, that is increasing, right? But it is going coming down. We need to set the position. So okay, if I'm okay with that, I can go with the okay. Or other, if you go with the non-uniform, it is asking X scaling factor, Y scaling factor. These things it will ask. So click OK. So I will set the position now. Yeah, by default it is already set. After clicking the set position, it come to build plate, right? Yeah. So this is the simple cubic part. Why I am exporting this part only to explore the options and the some of the features which we have in this software. Lattice stretches, these things we will see later, and 3D printable check for this complex part we will see. Yeah, and one more thing, this is the part we are having, right? I told you, right, wirecut EDM, something like we are having. This is the complex part, original part. Suppose if I print the same with the same on the bill plate, your part also will get removed. Some of the like point mm will get removed, right? For that, I need to go with the support structures. So again, I need to go for the position and delta Z. I will increase like 5 mm just to show different supports. Check OK. And you can see also position of the body. You can see some red regions are there, right? It indicates that there is a gap is there with respect to the built volume. So your supports will come. That is the meaning of that. Or otherwise, you can see here also. You can see your supports will come like this. And this is the approximate analysis. You can calculate here also. Say it's about and I hide this layer. And you can see that overhang angle. That is the meaning of the overhang angle, which is the support. You can see this one. Overhang angle, I told you, right? We can set here or here also overhang angle. So previously I set to 45 degree, or otherwise you can change it to here 30 degree something. If you don't want to go, you can click OK, close it. So I will close this one. So support manager. Next is the support manager. We can add the support for that part. So it is only one part we are having, so it will select default. Okay. Or otherwise, I told you the copy array, right? If you want to do the copy array, how to do that means only one part. You can see here, copy parts. 2D nesting I will do. Minimum distance I will set to 5, and the target is my maximum I will remove it, and target is only 2 parts I need. Start calculation. See, this is the income. And one more thing, yeah. See, this is a transparent color, which is the meaning of that. It is a copied part of the original one. And one more thing, while doing this one, main thing you need to go with the position. You need to rotate this part, because I told you here roller is there, right? If you didn't rotate the part, what happened? What will happen? Like yeah, okay. This I will set it here. What happens? Like the roller will come here, and the roller contact will be more here, right? So in one layer, the roller contact will be more. This much of roller contact is there. So the roller will get damage, will get struck here. It means that will get damage, not a damage. Some error will occur. I mean, that error will occur. So we need to rotate this part, rotate this by 10 degree or something. So again, position of the body. This you can rotate by 10 degree, and again place it like this. And again, one more, you can't place it straight away this one. We need to place some distance like this. Click OK. If you want to see this image, this one section view, you can go with here. Yeah, this is the hatching one. Total we are having 20 mm, and 0.5 indicates that 0.5 mm, 0.5 mm, like the layer by layer. like this you can see. Select this one, legal dynamic section view. Yeah. See, this is how the layer will be layered. Suppose if you rotate, if you put this in a straight manner, the roller contact will be more and more roller contact will get an error in the part, so that your printing will damage. So that's why we have rotated this one. This is the section by section view. How your part will print like this. If you take a complex part, it will be very useful. This one dynamic section. I will tell you that. So if you don't want this, okay. First I will generate the supports. Yeah. Support manager. So now it is asking, it is not selecting defaulted. So I can select this one like this. And again, bar angle here also, we can set it here also. You can click to apply. And again, as it is a copied part of this one, so it will automatically come here. So the same, whatever the part is there, the same will come here also. If you don't want this part, you just delete this part. Delete component. So we can generate a support here. And this is the main thing, like what we have seen, that manual supports and all those things, right? And we have discussed in the sessions also, like point support, wall support, different supports are there. When can we use these supports, all those things. So just just select here this one and it will open. Again, I'm telling you, support manager. If you didn't select anything, it won't open. So just select, place your cursor here and select that one. Which region you need to select? You need to add support. This region, and different supports are there. First, I will go with the solid support, and I will see. See, this is the solid support we are having. If you want to add some skirt like support, you can add like this one, skirt. See, you can add a support like a skirt, and you can change the radius value. It depends on your requirement. But generally, if you are going with the for wire cut EDM, I am saying that you can place a distance of 1 mm or 0.5 mm is enough. If you are going with the bandsaw, you need to place a 3 mm or 5 mm should be required. So if I print this one, I can go with the bandsaw also, because I place a 5 mm distance. If you don't want this one, you can put this one, and you can see. I click on the fragmentation, right? Fragmentation indicates that easy removal of the supports. Means it will break actually. See, that gaps is there, right? So that we can remove it easily. We break it. Because of the stress concentration will get lower, there it will get break, right? Because of that. So you can set the width also this way, like this. You don't want point like this. And the angle also you can set like 30, this one. 60, like that you can set. Yeah, these things we will see later, and I will click OK. So this is how your support will look like. So I will delete the support and I will show you some more supports. Delete supports. Click on the support type. We completed the solid support, and solid one we will see now. So this is the one. See, solid support indicates that complete solid is there. As the name indicates, that solid wall supports means some walls is like a shell. Yeah, you can see here. Shell is coming, right? This is how it will come. But if you are, I don't want this type of support. I need a like, okay, I will click OK. Some people might have think that I need a support inside also, but that is not a solid support. I need outer region should be solid and inside region should be some other support. See, that support region you need to first of all identify. We are having a support region of simple cube, right? Simple rectangle. So your support will come as like a rectangles one only. So we need to make a region. We need to either you can go with the added region or you can go with some other region. How to do that means first check this one and you can see. Yeah, create regions is there. We don't have a regions, right? So I can say that create regions. Yeah, okay. Sorry, this is not the sorry. This is a region. The region we have selected, but we need to edit this region. Add pattern for that. See, the region is selected, right? So if I get a support, my support will like this. Suppose this is offset and hatch pattern. You don't want that one. In continuous lines. In that offset and hatch pattern, also square grid is there, cross lines is there, honeycomb is there. Like we have seen the hexagon, right? Hexagon infill, like that. And if you want a boundary, you can click the boundary here. If you don't want, you can uncheck the boundary. So I will go with honeycomb and I will show you. And you can check the fragmentation so that it will break actually. The region will get break like this. If you don't want, you can click OK. So this is the reason we are getting. So now I will add a supports. Supports, wall support everything. You will see solid wall indicates this one only. Yeah. See, this is how you can get the solid, but I don't want this type of support also even. I need I told you right, I need a outer wall and this is the reason we have created and I will go to wall supports. So this is the one we are getting, but I told you right, I need some external boundary. So I will go with, yeah, slice a solid one. Hmm. At that time we remove the boundary so we can edit the region. How to edit the region also we can see. I select this, select the support type and right click on this and you can see edit pattern. Edit pattern is get the support pattern. Edit region 2D. This one, not this one. 2D indicate you can add manually. You can click on edit region. Yeah, edit pattern. Okay. So I will click this remove instead of removing the boundary. I want a boundary. I will fix a boundary. Okay. Click OK. So now boundary is there. So I will go with wall supports. So I will go with solid slicer, solid laser wall. So no, single laser track and this thing. See, now we are getting right. Apply thickness as a create as a solid one. So inside wall is there. So if you don't have this region, you can't able to get it. So I will set my thickness here, like 0.1 mm or 0.5 mm. This one, see. These type of supports I need suppose. And remember that for this you don't need to do the wire cut and all those things. You just directly take out the build plate from the machine and you can remove it by manually. Like so, post processing tools are there. With the tools you can remove it also. Like for FDM polymer metal also post processing tools are there. With the tools you can remove it. This is a create laser thickness and all those things. And if you want to see these things, images thing, yeah. Shall width indicate this one and one more thing, yeah. Internal pattern, we didn't create anything. I mean, you can't able to see this one. This is the circle here, right? Suppose if you want to see that, we'll reduce the tooth. This is the tooth thickness, tooth base length actually. So 1 mm. See, it will change it here. And height I will reduce. Height I will reduce to 1.5 so that you can see the circles. Piercing at 0.2 and okay. Intersection 0.25. Okay, this is how you can change it. And this I will, if you want to change that one, you can reduce here. See, circles is coming right. Yeah. See. Now you can see these circles. The circle indicates the pattern actually. See, we are having the internal pattern should be texture circle, right? Suppose it. So texture we can see now. This is how you can change the texture and all those things. This also you can explore these many parts as well. I will go with circle so that we can easily remove it. So click OK. If you don't know the meaning of this one, you can check the image also like that. So click OK. See, the color is changing, right? Which indicate that these are the wall supports and this is sorry, this is the yeah, this is the solid wall support and this is the texture. I mean, depends on the texture we are getting pattern internal support. So that is how you can place the support, different types of supports. Not only this, we are having the lattice supports also, but it depends on your application. For me, this is okay. But if it is a point type, like some regions are there where we need to apply a pointed regions are there where we need to put a support. For that at that place, you can go with the lattice supports. Suppose yeah, I will go here. And after completing everything, create lattice indicate that lattice. I mean, if you want to print a cube or lattice, it is the meaning of that. So I will show you. Create a lattice, and I will select the partner. But one more thing, before I mean, you should create a lattice before adding the supports only. I will show you. See, you can see here different types of lattices are there here, and these are the some of the types is there. And uniform lattice is there, radial lattice is there, and you can see the changes here. And the connectors is there. This is a cylinder connector, right? Connector type is cylinder. But if you want a box, you can put a box or rhombic pressure. Cylinder, and these are the node type is there. Node type is cylinder sphere right here. Want to change the node type, you can change it here. Tetrahedron. These are the some most of the options are available in the 3D. So that is how I just want to say this thing. Shell type is a face and which type of lattice in is face and cubic or diagonals or these things, diamond, these things. Want to okay, okay, then diagonals. Okay. Or if you want a this one stochastic, you can go with here. Or if you want a solidified basis, this you can go like this. And click OK. If you want to change anything, it will change actually. These parameters also you can get node diameter and all those things. Click OK. See, this is how it will look. But here the support is not a correct one, so we need to delete the support. How to delete the support means select this one, or otherwise you can hide also. Hide the support like this you can have for time being. Yeah. And if you want to delete this lattice, you directly delete this one. Again, you will get the part. So that is how you can set a lattice. I mean, again I will go with the supports. So that is how you can set a lattice here itself also. And after completing all those things, we need to go with the assign technology, or otherwise you can straight away go with the calculate slices also. There you can assign the technology also. So I will go with the calculate slices. So it is asking all technologies must have build style assigned to them. This one. So I will assign here. See, we are having the wall support and solid wall support. Yeah, these things we need to assign. Aluminum. So we are having this for this one we are having, as we are using aluminum, right? So we are having this one. ALS8 wall, this one. For the same material I will use same material, and again click OK. First we need to do the slicing for the default one. Yeah, it will take the slicing. You can see that one image and all those things. And it indicates the slicing. And one roller is moving. The same mechanism will apply here also. And you can, if you want to see the slice here, you can see here. See, this is the hatches is there like that. You can total 8 4 layers we are getting, and this is the main part. We are moving to main part. This one. This one. At a particular layer, if you want to see, you can see like this. But I told you, right, we need to edit the parameters also. I didn't mention that one. Now we will see how to edit the parameters also. Exit from this here. Nice here. And you can see here one thing is there. And also you can get the print estimation also, how much time it will take the print for these parameters and for this material, yeah, for the build style. It is taking that, it is showing that 1 hour 22 minutes. Volume based you can't get it, you can get the scan path based one. 1 hour 22 minutes will print, exactly will print that much time only. And supports will take time of 3 minutes to, yeah, yeah, 3 minutes 2 seconds. And in between layers indicates the what is the meaning of the in between layers means that roller is moving, right? That is the meaning of the in between layers. It is also calculated how much of time that roller will move to and fro. So the total time will be 3 hours 60 minutes. For this part it will take. And you can generate a create a report also. So I will go with the editing parameter. So I will click this scan path manager, create and manage scan paths. So this is the default one. So I will calculate, I'll go with the recalculate slices, and you can see printer name and the material name, recalculate slices. And you can, for the supports, I don't want the any build style and I don't want to change the parameters. The default one is okay because we are removing the supports, right? So my main focus is on the part. So I will go with the build style settings for the part settings. Yeah, you can see settings, and this is the centering setting. You see here. Centering factors. We are moving in the settings only, build style settings. So it is showing this tab is there. And here general parameters, contour parameters, hatching parameters, laser parameters, layering parameters are there. This layering parameters you can set it, but there is a default one only. Like how much oxygen set point we indicate that we are sending a inert gas, right? Inert gas set point, that is a 1000 ppm. Default one is a 1000 ppm, and the initial descent means that initially while doing manually powder will rise actually. That is the meaning of the initial descent. Anyway, that we can see the animation also how the laser and carriage will move. And this is the iteration, only one iteration I need to do. Not one iteration means only one time that 70 micrometers will come. So if you click the 2 times, 70 micrometer will come 2 times. That is the meaning of that. That is the layering parameters, and the layer parameters you can see here, laser parameters, and layer thickness is the 30. Yeah. You can see general parameters, general tolerance is there, and the layer thickness. Mainly focus on the layer thickness. So you can calculate the number of layers here also. So 833 layers, you will get it with the layer thickness. Suppose if you put this one, yeah, number of layers will be 1250. By default, I will go with the 30 micrometer. I mean 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer you can go. We are following with the 30 micrometers. And again laser parameters is also there. Once we complete these things, laser parameter 30 micrometer, you can set it here mid. Laser power 100% indicates that 90 watt actually, and we are setting here in terms of percentage only because DMP Flex 100 is having some type of laser power, DMP Flex 350 having some type of laser power, right? That's why they are set it to percentage manner. So 100% indicates the 90 watt. So you can calculate that then. For to do the 80 watt, how much percentage I need to add? Like 78% like that. And the mark speed indicates the scanning speed. So if you want to change to 100% means 90 watt. If you want to change it 90% of 90 watt, 81 watt will come like that. So I will go with 100%. And the mark speed, you can change scanning speed 600, 700, 800, or 1000 also you can go like this. The defocusing, we are not changing anything. And click apply. If you are okay with this laser parameter, you can just click apply and exit. So once we completed this one, now we need to look on to the laser parameters completed and this layer thickness we have seen. And contour parameters, these contour regions, we are not editing this one. If you want to wish, you can check this one and edit also. That is also possible. But for in general, we are not touching that one. Hexagon, right? That is a default one. That is because of this one. Hexagon. You can see hexagon here. And strips, you can see strips will look like this. And rectangular cells will look like this. So you can set it to, and this is the strip height is the shell strip height is the 10,000 micrometer, and shell width is the 9. Shell width indicate this one. So if it is a 10,000, it should be like a 5,000, 10,000, or 15,000 like that. It is not like a 9 micrometer, so that you can't able to print that laser will can't able to print out. This is the one. The angle overlap indicates that this is the reason. Some regions may get overlap, right? So that is the reason 90 micrometers will overlap will occur. If you want, you can reduce also. And rectangular cells, this is like a yeah, this is like, yeah. You can see rectangular cells will print like a vertical. If you want a horizontal, you can print a horizontal also like this. Or alternator indicates that like this. Like 10,000 I set it right here, right? Suppose if I go with the 5,000, and here also 5,000. So for 10 mm cube, two regions will occur, 5,000, 5,000, right? This 5 mm, 5 mm. So 5 mm cube will occur, 5 mm place. So two regions will occur, right? Total four regions. In that you can see here alternated. So if I go with this one 5,000, 5,000, you can see clearly. If you are okay, you can click OK, or other if you want to change some other parameters, strips, hexagon, these things you can change. Click OK. Save and close. Apply the build style. Click OK and OK. So that it will scan it again. It will calculate the scan part and all those things, which indicates that it is taking the time to slicing, like what we have seen yesterday. Yeah. And you can see slice view here also, or if you are exited, you can see slice view here also. I will go with scan path method and I will show you both the slice view, like 1 and 2. One slice view will look like this. These are the supports. Supports will come same. See, from here your part will start. See, this is hexagon, and you can see inside some hatchings are there, right? And this is like a 10,000 hexagon, 10,000 micrometer hexagon. Inside some hatching regions are there. This is the overlap regions. And if you want to, and for the second slice here, you will see. For support, it is not changing. That's why it is not changing. So you can see here. You can see I told you alternated, right? Here it is vertical, here it is horizontal. And the same thing like a chessboard. Here it is vertical, and if it is vertical, the opposite side will be horizontal. Vertical, opposite side horizontal, opposite side horizontal. And in the bottom also. Vertical, opposite side will be horizontal. Like a chessboard. This is a vertical and this is a horizontal. That's why it is called it as a chessboard pattern also. Like that it is. Like that it is there, and we will move on to the machine later. I will show you that mandible, and I will show how to import the mandible and all those things. We'll move on to the printing one.
Manju sir,
Sir, can you make Rakesh as presenter?
Yeah, yeah, I will just.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, Srikant. Yeah. Hello.
uh, uh,
Me.
can you make it?
Hello.
Hello? Yes, hello.
In mobile,
Am
na?
I
Mobile, ha?
audible? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Ah, mobile. Uh,
Okay.
now you do it one time.
But my voice break out, bro.
Yes, yes, confirm. Oh,
Hello.
very good.
Yeah, but your voice is no breaking.
Voice is break.
Voice is, yeah, voice is not clear.
Voice is not clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, it will probably say,
I think there is some network issue, I think so.
network is not there. So,
Hello, Sai.
Hello.
Sai. Can you
చెప్పండి.
ఇది ఈ మొబైల్ ప్రెజెంటర్ చేయవా?
శ్రీకాంత్. ఓకే.
నేను మాట్లాడుతున్నాను.
యా.
Your number. Oh, yes. 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 But then, yes. Hello. Yes. Hello. Hello. No audio.
Voice is not clear.
Okay. Whatever.
No, still.
Uh, okay. Just
Now it's
see.
okay. Now it's okay.
Okay, now.
Now it's okay. And just ask him to rotate the phone.
Just rotate the phone. Don't move abruptly. Just move it slowly. Go back.
And also video was
Ah.
paused.
Okay. Video was paused. Okay, fine. Fine. What's the
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, hi.
యా, అది వీడియో అలా పాస్ అయిపోయి ఉంటుంది.
వీడియో పాస్ అయిపోయింది.
జస్ట్ మేబీ
వీడియో పాస్
అలా
అయిపోయింది. ఏముంది?
షేరింగ్ ఐ మీన్ వన్స్
లాక్ షేరింగ్ అని కొట్టాలి.
యా అగైన్ షేర్ చెక్.
Yeah. Some stuff. Fine, right?
And just rotate the phone by 90 degrees.
Oh, yeah. Okay, dear podcast, there might be something else for it. With live streaming. What about my voice? Is it here?
Still we are getting some blur.
What is this? Ah. So I think a little bit. Might be able to hear my voice. Is it okay?
No, actually there is a lot of disturbance.
Noise. Okay, okay. We have flipped over the phone. See, uh, so till now we have seen the software. Now we will see the metal thing. So this is DMP Flex 100 metal machine. Okay. Yeah. This one is a DMP Flex 100 metal machine. Uh, so the brighter one is the display with a operating from here. So
And now we are able to see the screen in a straight way. Yeah, something like it is in some vertical direction, not in a horizontal.
this one.
I think there is a problem in sharing. I think so.
Yeah.
The picture mode is in a straight. I mean, in a vertical.
This one. Oh, is it fine?
Still, it is the same, but you can carry on. No problem.
So this is the preparation mode. Okay. So okay. So you can see these tabs. What are these? Uh, this is this and this is like see, as we know this border bed how it is working from one this is to the bed or roller which the material this one is supply piston is pushing up push this power to the central piston. So that piston will place the okay. So the roller will move to right and then left. Okay, to right and left. So this is the dimensions it will show. Okay, and this is about the chamber oxygen point. See, to get a good component, for demonstration, we gave the aluminum small cubes. Okay, we this on this game is 100 in the titanium
And
cobalt.
rotate the phone, Anna. Rotate the phone.
Yeah, am I audible? Yes, right?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes.
But the screen is in horizontal direction.
Now that's covered. Okay. Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah, now it's audible.
Now it is fine. Okay, my friends, very, very, very minutes.
Hello,
Okay.
hello. You,
We'll get
why-
this.
hello.
Hello.
అన్న వాయిస్ మళ్ళీ
Hello.
బ్రేక్ అవుతుంది.
ఎక్కడ ఉన్నారా మీరు? కొద్దిగా ఇడికి రాండి మరి, లేకపోతే నెట్వర్క్ ఇష్యూస్ వస్తున్నాయి. తెలియట్లేదు.
వస్తాను కిందకి వస్తాను.
వాడిది తోంతాలారా మరి? బయటికి పోయి చెక్ చెప్పు. ఓకే, ఒకసారి చూడు. ఏమైంది?
Audible, sir. Audible.
Audible. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Am I audible, sir? What about now? Is my voice clear?
Voice is clear. Voice is clear.
Thank you very much, sir, for helping me. Sorry. So this is the display preparation window, sir. Basically, nothing much about it. Actually, it is a simple schematic diagram. You know, we usually draw for the powder bed system. This is supply piston and this is centering piston. And this is a roller. So this roller will move towards right, and then from the supply piston, the whatever the powder is coming up, so it will push it over the centering piston. And here, two bins will be collected the remaining powder, okay, which is passed over the centering piston. Okay, this is about the preparation window. And when you go back, let me tell you a small thing. This is laser window. Okay, here this is the laser. So from here it will come over to the centering piston. Now this is a you can see, yeah, the powder is covered some portion, right? You see the right one, that is the centering piston. The left one, this one, this, okay. This one is the supply piston, and this is centering piston, and this is rollers. Okay, for a small brief understanding, we are explaining. This is nothing about, not a big deal. Okay. Uh, okay. So uh, coming to on display. So first we need to uh, fill the chamber with nitrogen, because the reaction time is high. So if is there any oxygen is there, it will burn. So to do that one, we kept as 1000 ppm set point as 1000 ppm. We are using here argon gas because we are printing aluminum here. So aluminum 10SL, okay, aluminum silica composite. So this is about regulation, like the gas is flowing through here, and we kept as 1000 set point. Now still it is not came, and sometimes it may go up and then down. The ppm levels are little bit high now. Okay, and this is the preparation bed. Like first we need to set the plate reference. We need to adjust it. After that, powder bed, and then we need to go for the inerting. Okay, so these are the three steps which are involved in here. Uh, Actually, it is taking too much of time, so that is why we kept these two steps we completed. For inerting, it is taking a little bit time. That is why we prepared this thing. Now we will see the centering. The real part is centering. Okay. Now we will see the centering here. First, we need to load the file. Okay. So as we know, before 3D Expert, we worked on the STL file. So those STL files given to the 3D Expert. From the 3D Expert, we sliced the entire part, and we prepared a machine code that is saved in the .fab3 file. Okay. So that fab3 file is opening here. Now, these are the files. We can see like a small, yeah. We are just giving a simple cubes only here for characterization of few studies like corrosion, wear, hardness, optical microscope. So to check those details, we gave the simple cube here. So these are the 13 cubes, and with different scan parameters. Actually, you don't see these scans. Actually, these are the hexagons. Okay, this is a live streaming, so little bit difficulty is there. Please adjust yourself, and okay, yeah, here. We load this file, but we didn't to build the layers. We don't- okay, we think that this project will layer anyway. How So okay, so this is about anything, and some technical issues were happened here. So we're not giving printing here now. So we come here. These are the prints we generally have done here. So these are the prints. So once the sintering is happened, so these are the prints we generally get. After this, we'll go for this like printing. After this printing, we'll check this you know vacuum cleaning. Like to remove this powder. So this way we will remove the powder from parts printed. Okay, and after that uh, we'll do the sandblasting here to unsintered particles over there on the part. This way, here the compressed air and sand particles will come together and then impinge on the part and then remove the unsintered particles here. Okay, this is the sandblasting we generally do for the parts which need to move. After that, we'll take this part to in the furnace. We'll keep it as this. You know, this build plate is a little bit only, like 100 by 100 by 80. So this is 10 centimeters and then this is 10 centimeters. Just finished it here. And we keep like this and then we'll yeah. So this way this furnace will work actually. We are not keeping it for a long while. So this is this furnace will remove this any residual stresses are there like so it will act as a heat treatment also. Okay, this is about the furnace, and after this, now you can see the medical models which are printed here. Okay, you can see this the aluminum, and this is G nozzle, which is a complex geometry. You know how it was printed, and these are the basics files we have given. This is a cranium plate actually. You see the internal cellular structures here, and these are the cellular structures which are other things. Okay, and here also it's a basic dimension plate, and here you see how this lattice structure is printed well. This one also the dimensioning plate actually.
And here you can see the steps in the medical implant. First, we will go for the FDM model. Later, we will print the, this is a titanium implant actually. Okay, so we'll go for the solid one. Later, we applied the lattice. Okay, apart from that, this is the medical model. Actually, we should have show you in the, it's not a medical model actually. It's a Ravi sir model. Okay, it's a three-dimensional model. And this is a polymer printing, but it's a very art gallery. See, you remove from one side. Okay, these are the things which we usually print in the metal, and these are the post-processing tools. Apart from these post-processing tools, I should have tell this oven. See, this oven and the sieving chamber, these two things will help you to reuse the powder. Okay, see, the powder is very costly here. So the powder. Ravi, hello.
Yes, sir.
Ravi, can you make Sai as presenter? Sai,
Sai.
Sai Kumar as.
Sai Kumar, okay. Sir, what is the number? Registration number?
37.
37.
Hmm.
R. Jayachandra. It is showing.
Yes.
Sai Kumar Bala.
Sai Kumar Bala. You see the name. Kumar.
Who members are registered with? Yes, sir, I have changed.
Okay. So this is the oven we are using to reuse the powder. Okay. Here you can see.
Wait. Screen is not visible. Yes, now it is visible.
Okay. The oven we use it to reuse the powder. Like by reusing powder, like we can use 3 to 4 times. And the powder particle size we are maintaining here 30 micron to 150 micron. So we need like 10 micron to 150 micron. So the average which comes under the 35 to 40 micrometer. So sphericity, like we should maintain the sphericity, like the particle size should be spherical. So if we lack that, the flowability property goes down. So till that point, we can reuse the powder. Not only that, and this sieving plate is also will help you to remove the unsintered particles, like some particles may club together, and then those particles can be removed here. Okay. Yeah. Generally, this one is a mesh one. So this is a mesh. Actually, it is the powder already available. Okay. So this is about these two are pre-processing tools which are helpful to reuse the powder. After that, we will keep the powder in the machine and then we sinter it. After sintering, the plate will be taken out and then we'll use this vacuum cleaner to remove the powder. Okay, and then we'll go for the sandblasting to unsinter the particles, to remove these unsintered particles, and then we'll go for the furnace, which is used to residual, decrease the residual stress. This is about the metal machine actually. First, we have gone through the 3D Expert software. After that, from the software, we will convert this STL file to FAB3 file. From the FAB3 file, we will give the codes to machine. From the machine, it will sinter the particles. So the build plate is taken out, and then the build plate will be given to the vacuum, and then vacuum is cleaned. After that, we'll go for this sandblaster, then furnace. So then finally, after furnace also, we can do this bandsaw. Okay, this bandsaw. Of course, we don't have any samples to cut down here now. We need to print the part actually. After that, we will cut this. So this is about metal machine. Like we don't have any exercise on it. Just we need to, for participations to get the awareness, we gave some demonstration on it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Now you can ask anything.
Hello. No, any doubts is there? Hello. Sir, can we make a sample of magnesium alloy on this machine? So magnesium alloy, actually we are printing like a ALSI 12, yeah, ALSI 10 mg is there actually. That is a aluminum alloy.
Babu.
lack of powder.
Hello. 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 Yeah, any questions is there?
Anyway.
Hello.
Sir, there is a question in chat box.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, that one for magnesium alloy, right?
Yes, sir.
For magnesium alloy, which one is better? Actually, I am not that much of experienced person in that, sir, actually, frankly speaking. But I think SLM solutions maybe will work, I think, for magnesium. No, I don't think so. Magnesium alloy will work, maybe. We are having steel. Not that much of expert in that. I am not sure about that. Okay.
Shrikant, actually we can work on whatever it may be the metal. If the powder is available, hello.
Yeah, tell me.
If
Tell
the
me.
if the powder is available within the range of 45 microns, we can print it. No issue with any material. But thing is that
Okay.
availability of a powder, we can work in our machine whatever it may be the material. We are having the flexibility.
Okay. Okay.
So even composites also we can make it. Only thing is that availability of a powder
Yeah, we
and
need to.
mixing.
Yeah, we need to look on the particle size and it should be a
Yes,
spherical, right? Yeah.
yes. Particle size should be
Okay.
spherical and it should be in the range of less than 45 micron.
Okay. 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 You are working on the magnesium. Okay. Okay. So one more thing I can suggest you that based on the literature only you might have find that sort actually. So magnesium alloy and 3D printed, right?
It can be printed.
Yeah. Okay.
Availability of a powder only. Already, few journals already few of them worked on magnesium AZ31 series.
Okay. Okay.
We had a literature on that area.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think we might have answered the question. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Anything is there? If nothing is there, we will post a chat box. I mean, question. Quiz question. Yeah, we have posted a quiz question. In the meantime, if you can ask the questions, if any question is there, you can ask it. Hello. Sam Manjay sir. So we can, Ravi, you can stop recording. So we can end the session now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone.